Trigonometry, the nightmare of all high school students and the abomination foreign when combining English and math and cooking them to a medium rare. It is hard to get trigonometry in its fullest, even if you memorize everything there is to it, and so today I will be speedrunning the whole subject of trigonometry in hopes of getting a good grade on my final project. Keep in mind though that I might not cover all the subjects of trigonometry because no one is perfect, and especially because I decided to procrastinate and now I'm writing the script at 1 a.m. Trigonometry is the branch of mathematics concerned with specific functions of angles and their applications to calculations. In normal terms, it's when angles and sides fight each other to assert dominance in the right triangle stadium while being refereed by trigonometric functions. To start it off, if the size of a right triangle increases by a constant ratio, like when you pull the coordinates of an image in PowerPoint, the angles stay the same. These are called similar triangles, and they allow math people to generalize patterns between triangles, giving us trig functions. Speaking of trig functions, we now get into your three best friends for the rest of eternity, sine, cosine, and tangent. According to Wikipedia, they are real functions which relate an angle of a right triangle to ratios of two side lengths. But in other terms, it is when you throw any angle into a machine, set the machine to mode to sine, cosine, or tangent, and the machine tells you that sine, cosine, or tangent of said angle equals what side over what side. Specifically, sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent equals opposite to adjacent. Oh, what is that I hear? How dare you not know what the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse are? Basically, the opposite of an angle is the opposite side to the angle, the hypotenuse is the longest side, and the adjacent is the one left over. If you can't solve a Rubik's Cube and can't remember the trig functions, you can use SOHCAHTOA to help. Not for the Rubik's Cube, of course, that's just a skill issue. Now the question comes, what if you have the data for an angle and a side, and you are asked to find the length of the third side? Well, we must relate to our algebraic skills, and after realizing I don't have any and quickly studying up on the subject, I have concluded that you have to put everything into an algebraic equation. Suppose we are giving a right triangle with a side length of 100 meters, a degree of 18, and an unknown side length. To find this side length, we must set up an equation around the angle 18 degrees. In this case, we will use tangent because h over 100 meters is equal to the opposite of the 18 degree angle over the adjacent. Therefore, we get the equation tangent of 18 equals h over 100. In this situation, we consider tangent of 18 as a number, and so after multiplying both sides by 100, we get the final answer, which is HO equals to 100 multiplied by tangent of 18. You can enter this directly into your calculator, getting the answer of approximately 32.492 meters as your final answer. Okay, so how about if we don't know the degree of the angle? In this question, we know the two sides, 7 and 25, and we don't know the angle x. First, we set up the equation using sine at 7 over 25 equals the opposite of x over the hypotenuse. We get the equation sine of x equals 7 over 25. To isolate x, we use a new function called inverse sine. There are inverses of all three of the trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent. In this situation, we take the inverse sine of both sides, giving us x equals inverse sine of 725. After putting it in your calculator, you get the answer of approximately 16.26 degrees. There, that's basically everything you need to know to get started on trigonometry. Other than a few details I've probably missed and word problems, that is everything.